and said there wasn't anything, and said all of a sudden, here come a Surrey. And she said that was the nearest thing that she ever saw a ghost.
Did it have a noise?
Both
Or?
of them saw it.
Really?
Uh-huh. Both of them saw it.
Wow, that's kind of. Could they hear it or?
She just said there wasn't anything, and said all of a sudden there's a Surrey, and it just disappeared. Kind of like, and they never did see it anymore, and it was right in front of them. And they both saw that, I think. Oh, they claim up here, you know Terry Bruner. Terry, she was married
I don't know the story.
Oh, well, Danny Ray Board lived in the house, and now she bought it. Now, Danny Ray said he never saw ghosts, but they claim there's ghosts. There's a little girl they see at different places in that area.
Wow.
And sometimes her husband wakes up and he has scratches and everything on him.
Does she have a cat?
Yeah, they love cats and dogs.
I don't know where I got these scratches.
Scabbies.
I was carrying the cat upstairs when I was naked. I don't know where I got these scratches.
You get scratches. You get scratches from cats. We've got one likes to nip me on the leg.
Really?
Yeah.
The first cat I ever had was the meanest cat I think that ever lived. She was I was living in New York City, and it was February, freezing out, and she just decided she wanted to live inside from then on out, and just was outside our door, and so we let her in. We had rats, so we were happy to have her. But she would just, if you pet her like twice, you could kind of pet her once, but if you try to touch her twice, she just attack you.
Well, now this one does just want to nip you, doesn't he? He just really.
Yeah, but
For
he's
some
not as
reason.
bad as he was. I think he'd been mistreated, maybe.
Uh,
But he's not like he was.
it's not playful. It's not playful nipping. It's
Yeah,
just.
No, he loves for you to rub him,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, I kindly play with him. But his little teeth looks like lion's teeth to me.
He
So-
used to be, he would jump up on your leg and bite you.
Yeah, that's what I say. He just
And,
can't. He just can't keep from it. You know?
Right
I
around here?
grew up about 6 miles away at a little community called Rolfe, and I was born and my father was born and my sister in a house, a log house, and of course that there was a doctor, and instead of a midwife, we did have a doctor, and but we didn't have Hardinsburg didn't have a hospital then, did they? We would have had to have gone to Louisville, I guess. After Billy died, I said, "Do you want it back?" And he said no. He said, Mom said, "Well, no, of course not. We don't want it back." But he was only like 5 or 6 when he ordered it, I think, from Sears and Roebuck. And he said he set it to mailbox every day till it came in. And it had more animals, he said,
Yeah.
with it.
So this was part of one of the original animals here?
That's one of, and there's one there. But he said
yeah.
it had quite a few more animals.
Wow, what year is that from?
Well, my dad was, let's see, Mom was 6. He was, let's see. I think he, 1909, so it would
1909?
be 100 years old.
Yeah.
But it's not really, I saw in a book, of course, I don't know, the worth of it isn't that great. I think, probably $50 to $100.
Yeah,
I
but-
saw it one time in a book.
Yeah, but you know what? Have you ever watched the Antique Roadshow?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, so do I. And they're bringing these family heirlooms. And they say, oh, that's worth, $1,000. And I just sit there and go, oh, I just hope and pray they don't put that on some auction, instead of giving it to their grandkids or, keeping it in the family, because that's what the value of it is not oh, it's worth $1,000. So what? $1,000. It's
I think if it would break, I would sell
yeah, maybe.
But
it.
I
I'm
said
worth
that
20,000.
these furniture that's worth like 150, sometime they say. Now I believe I would sell it.
If it was that, if it would gotten up to that amount, yeah.
Either sell it or it should be in a museum,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah. Well, there's a difference. You're right. When it's like a priceless piece, you almost don't want it just sitting around.
Now I've got a quilt. You'll have to see it. That toured the nation. My mom kept these two old women, and they were old maids, and one of them was a school teacher, and they had a few antiques, and had several old pieces, and they had these two quilts, and so Mom, they was going to give her everything and go to the rest home and sign a little house. I think it brought at the time 18,000 or something, or 25, something like that, somewhere along there. So anyway, they were going to the rest home, and this woman in the rest home, now this was, around 30 years ago, and this woman in the rest home says, really, says, people do it, but says, you're not supposed to do that. Said the government is supposed to get what they've got if they go to the rest home. But now, I didn't think 30 years ago they did. But anyway, Mom said, well, says, you just come and live with me then. Says, if you're willing to give me all this. And they gave her a new car. At the time, it was a Mercury, like 8,000. They gave her a new car. And they didn't have any money. And I don't guess she got 30,000, and she kept them, several years, the two people. But they had these two old quilts. So there's a lady, Jewel Willoughby, who made quilts and sold them in the Rolfe community since they both are dead, Mom and she and Mom both. So anyway, this was in Louisville, and so we went up there, and they almost gave Mom. There was only one prize of $100, and Mom got it. The reason she got it, well, on this quilt, they said they debated on the other one, which was a star, and said, and it was in a lot better shape. But this one had a story about it. They told that they hanked the wool, I believe was the term they used, and they had this cotton grown in their garden. And so that quilt got it. And I was fortunate, there was only two of us, my sister and I, when Mom died. So I got the quilt.